I was in the Nedu and the Honest Bunch program, and I made some statements about orgasm. And I've been receiving messages and the need to clarify some issues. I want to clarify some issues. Number one, I'm a medical doctor with 40 years experience. I have been badly bad since childhood, from primary 5, because I grew up in the slum. And human sexuality was an open thing. In Okere, where I grew up, there's a festival where human sexuality, not pornography, was displayed. And there are songs that are very, very, what will I call it now? But we grew up in such an environment. And when I started medical practice, one of the things I started studying was human sexuality. And I've been lecturing on it for years. There's hardly anything I don't know about human sexuality. Copulation is pleasurable friction. It's just pleasurable friction. Orgasm is an ecstasy that you experience at the peak of this pleasurable friction. For men, it is when they release their seeds and they come on very quickly. For women, they climb a hill with a low gradient until they reach a plateau. Now, there are several, if you read my book, Oil of Marriage, you can order it, or we'll send it to you, The Oil of Marriage. For a woman to reach orgasm, there has to be mental preparation. The environment matters, including the temperature, the lighting, and the music. They matter a lot. Foreplay is very, very important. Depending on what you want to do, I will not say some things, but you know what I'm talking about. Places like the clitoris. The clitoris is not just that thing that is penile-like. It has branches into the labia minora. There is the G-spot, which is at the rooftop, that is gritty. Now, do foreplay. Touch the mammary glands, speak to her, caress her neck. That's foreplay. But the physical penetration, now, orgasm is not dependent upon the size of your male organ. Neither is it dependent upon the duration. It's an emotional thing. Where there is admiration, people reach orgasm quicker. Where there is admiration, communication, people reach orgasm quicker. I'm talking about women now. You see some women, they see Michael Jackson, they see Burna Boy, they see Rema, with a little touch and penetration, they will reach orgasm. Orgasm is in the mind of the receiver. When a woman does not admire you, is dissatisfied with you, is passing through emotional depression and pain and crisis, It's like pushing a train to start. She won't get orgasm. So when I talk about financial orgasm, by the time a woman's desires are met financially, she is more primed to get into orgasm. Copulation in one room without fan, with hunger, is physical exercise and punishment for the woman. So it is not based on the duration, neither is it based on the size of the male genitalia. It is based on emotions, technique, and mutual admiration and understanding. Now, you will notice that there's so much emphasis on cucumber size, so much emphasis on how long you last, so much emphasis on several things. So you now see that there is a big market for penile enlargement drugs, big market, both traditional and so-called orthodox medicine. Go to the internet, everywhere you see one young girl. Motor parks, you will see one young girl advertising, satisfying your madam. It's a big market. Number two, you will see that sex toys. That market is another big market. You will see that nudism is a big market, not to talk of the other thing. So this overemphasis on orgasm is a marketing strategy for those in the S industry. So don't get carried away with it. Don't get carried away with it. A woman can have orgasm with you now. She will take her bath and go and commit adultery somewhere with a man who promised her iPhone. A woman can have orgasm with you now, and a rich man that wants to copulate with her and give her money in a very palatial hotel, she will go there and commit adultery. What are the consequences of this overemphasis on orgasm? Number one, I have had to stitch female genitalia that were torn during aggressive sexual relationship in a bid to reach orgasm. Very fine woman with one muscular man. It took me a lot of efforts to stitch the tear. They brought her, and the man was panicking. So we've had such tears. Number two, you see a lot of DNA fraud. One of the reasons is the desire for sexual ecstasy. Sexual ecstasy is like drinking Coca-Cola with a toothpick on a hot day. It is never satisfying. After the initial secretions, endorphin, dopamine, and whatever hormones are secreted, when it is depleted, there is another hunger. And so you keep looking for somebody, variety to satisfy you. That's one of the appetites I conquered. That's why for 39 years, I've not committed adultery. I know so much, I've seen so much, I've done so much that I could be crazy and adulterous. But God has helped me. So you see this DNA issue of bringing children from different husbands to homes. It is because of this crave for orgasm. And let me say this, many of us in my generation, and some of you listening to me, I'm not sure if your mother has had orgasm, but stayed in their marriages, gave birth to children, were very faithful. They didn't practice infidelity. So orgasm does not sustain marriage. It is responsibility to yourselves, to your person, to God, and to society that sustains marriage. For some of us, we get intellectual orgasm. After I did that video with Nedu and the Honest Bunch, as I was flying home, the kind of treatment I received from the airport, somebody identified me, said if I don't take a picture with you, my in-law will kill me. He was coming from the UK. The in-law, a Kenyan, was in the UK, took a video with me, she called me video call. The young man put me in a hotel, paid. My PA called somebody, sent an SUV with police escort to take me home. That Dr. Poki is a national treasure that should be preserved. That's intellectual orgasm. The last thing is that you don't go and withdraw orgasm from the bank. You don't store it. It does not translate to money. It does not translate to legacy. Remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Send me a message on +234 7052136763. Truths are parallel. God bless you.